Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're regular here, you know I review many photographic, audio and video related products. Now today I'm taking a look at another Tascam product. It's an audio product I use for video production. I will be using it for podcasting and it's a great portable audio recorder. And it is the Tascam X6 Portacapture or the Portacapture X6, whichever way you look at it. And it's a great portable audio recorder, very, very compact. And it's basically a 6-track audio recorder that has two XLR inputs. Now they're not combo inputs, so this is purely for XLR microphones. It's got two XLR inputs. It's got another stereo input, 3.5mm jack input for lavalier microphones or wireless microphones. It's got your headphone out jack, and it's got an output jack to go to a camera. And that's what really intrigues me. It's got two outputs, one that I can feed to my camera and one that I can feed to headphones. So it's great that you can do that. A lot of cameras these days don't have headphone jacks. So you can use this to input your microphones, plug your headphones into here, and then take your output to the camera. And because this is a recorder, you're getting your backup recording on here or on the camera, whichever way you look at it. So you're always assured of getting great audio quality. The other great thing with this device, it has 32-bit float audio recording. Now all that means in simple terms, you don't have to be critical about setting the audio levels. So if you've set them a little bit low or a little bit too high, you can bring it back in your editing and you won't get distortion and you won't get noise at the lower levels. So if you've set it too low and you increase it, you're not going to be increasing the noise. And likewise, if you set it too high and reduce it, it won't be distorted. So a great little audio recorder. Now there's 6 methods of actually recording audio. There's 6 apps basically built into this unit. Touchscreen, so you can actually scan through all your different apps, and it's got everything from everything you're going to need really. There's a feature called AMSR. That's for recording special types of sounds. I'm not quite sure what AMSR is. And you can go back to your launcher by hitting the menu button. You can go into the launcher. So it's all touchscreen. It's got a voice mode, so you can go into voice mode, and that basically is if you've got this on a tripod, you can set it up for recording your voice, for doing voiceovers, recordings, and what have you. So it's really handy for doing a simple voiceover. Now the great thing is with these built-in microphones, you can set them to the XY position, which is what they're set at the moment. So that gives you stereo feed, but it's more of a directional stereo feed. So that's great if you're just recording one person and you want to get lovely crisp audio. But if you're recording more than one person, you can separate these out to the other position. I mean, it's called the AB position. I'm not sure, XY AB position, but you can split them apart. So you really do get that stereo split. So you can see here the microphone would be pointing one in one direction, one in the other. So you get a really nice stereo separation. And that's great if you're recording more than one person. So if you're recording 2 or 3 or 4 people, you will get that lovely stereo split between the people that you're recording. But it's ideal if there's 2 of you. So you can set this up again on a tripod. One person sat there, one person sat there, and it will pick up the sound beautifully. These microphones don't come off like we do on the X8, but we don't need to. So you can move them back to your XY position and away you go. It's got your whatever mode. We've got a music mode, and that you can set up to whether you're recording in a hall or whether you want the effect. It's reverb basically. So you can set reverb up for either being in a hall, concert hall, in a studio, and what have you. So great feature, not something I'll be using because I don't record music, but you can set that up in there for recording music. Not one of my features. The feature I'll be using vast majority of the time is manual. So when you go into manual, you can set your phantom power, and then the meters will come up according to what microphones you've got plugged in, and you can set your microphones up all independently. So at the moment, it's only picking up channels 1 and 2 because that's what is set up. Let's you can set that up there. You see, there you got mic, which is basically these 2 mics. That's a stereo feed, and then you've got channel 3 and channel 4. You can activate them just by tapping the screens. So very easy to set up, very useful. You can put it in the mixer mode, so you can actually mix the signals according to how you want them set up. Very clean, very easy to use. I say because it's all touchscreen, very easy to go through the settings. It's a 2.4-inch screen actually on the device, so it's big enough to be able to see what you're doing and set it all up. But I say I love the 32-bit flow audio recording because you're not going to get distorted sound. It records to micro SD card. The SD card slots on the side there. You just put your micro SD card in there, format it, and away you go. It's got on this side your USB-C port. Now that is accepts power delivery, so you don't have to worry about running out of battery, and you can also connect it to your computer, so you can use it as a microphone interface to your computer, and that's either the built-in microphones or it'll work with the XLR microphones, however you want to do that. The other mode on here is field mode. It's showing actually a gun microphone on there, so that's great if you're doing a video production. You can put this on the camera. It's got your mount on the bottom of the unit, so you can mount it to either a tripod or your camera. And then you've got podcast mode. In podcast mode, it's designed for using with 2 people, so it records up to 2 people. You can see the microphone feed there, and again you can set this up, the microphones up according to where those people are sat, and you've got 2 pads, so you can set one up to have a music intro, maybe a music outro or special effects. Again, I will be playing with that when I do my podcasting. I think that's quite a nice feature. And then you've got another mode, SD card reader, so when you are plugging it into a computer, you can set it up to read the SD card. Now in all these modes, when it records it, if you're recording it to say 2 channels or 4 channels, it records those channels separately on the card as well as a mixed output. But the output that goes to the camera is your mixed output. So you get a stereo output to the camera, and I think that is really, really handy. All your function buttons are on the front of the unit that you need on a regular basis. So your record button, stop, and your home button that takes you back to the main screen. You've got a mark button, so you can actually mark your best take, and you've got your record level dB setting. Really nice big control here, so you can set your inputs using that. So very, very compact, great little handy audio recorder. It has got a Bluetooth enabled on it. You can see little blue lights on there. Now this is a little accessory that you can buy for the unit. Now it's a shame that it doesn't come with it, but it is an accessory. It just plugs into the bottom of the unit, and that enables you to use this unit or remotely control this unit from either your tablet or your mobile phone. I've got it set up on my tablet, on my iPad. I've also got it set up on my folding phone I've got here. So very useful. I can just set this up, and on here you've got a duplicate of what you have on the screen. So I can set up this up here on here, and that will control the recorder. So I can go into manual recording, set that up on the recorder, set my phantom power. Now what that will be is the same as on the recorder. So if your recorder is a bit of a distance away, maybe you haven't got this set up on the top of a camera and you're further away. I would be if this was on my camera. I wouldn't be able to get to the recorder easily if I'm talking about the unit or talking about anything really, doing my piece to camera. I can set the record levels using the actual mobile phone or using your tablet. You can set everything up on here. You can set your levels up, set the mixer settings up, so you can set your levels up there. Very, very handy, and you can set it recording by hitting the record button on here. That will start it recording actually on the unit. So very handy little extra. It's not expensive, it's about 30 quid, so it's cheap enough to buy, but I would highly recommend the extra accessory to be able to use the Bluetooth with the unit, and then you can set up your mobile phone or your tablet with the unit. I think it's fantastic, really, really useful. Really nice little compact audio recorder I shall find very, very useful. I'm using Tascam products all the time. I've got the Tascam CA XLR 2D fitted to my Fujifilm X-H2 at the moment. That's providing XLR inputs directly to my Fujifilm X-H2. I'll leave a link to that review at the end of this video, and I'll leave a link to the review of the Tascam X8 recorder, which is its bigger brother. That's basically got 4 XLR inputs. This one only has the 2, but it's a lot more compact. But I think 2 XLR inputs, it's fine for the vast majority of people, certainly for what I do. So there we go. That's a quick look at the Tascam X6 Portacapture audio recorder, certainly for doing video production. I'm not a musician, so I'm not using it for all the other features. I will leave a link to Tascam's website so you can get more information about what this recorder can do. But if you are a musician, this is great because it does overdubbing, mixing, all sorts of other musician-related features. But I'll be using it as a 32-bit flow audio recorder for my video productions. So there we go. Thanks very much. Hope you found that video useful. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. Hit the like button if you like the content of my videos. Would really, really appreciate that. It does help me grow the channel. Thanks very much. Cheers for now. Bye.